Today we're talking about Trambahn, which is a game about building a system of trams and stations on different lines so that you can get passengers to go to the stations to travel down the lines and score you points. It's pretty simple, and we'll talk about it real quick. So there are 4 different tram line stations. You have blue, red, green, and yellow. And you're going to set those out in the middle of the board between the players. Then each player gets a number of cards face down to use as currency in the game. These cards are double-sided, so on one side you have a color that matches one of the stations. It'll have a number in the top corners, and then a number of points that it's worth. And what you're trying to do is build a sequence of sequential numbers in your line so that you can score the most points anytime passengers line up at that station and you get 4 passengers waiting for the tram. Because every time there's 4 at any one of these terminals, you're going to score that line for both players. You'll buy different sized trams that have a multiplier on them. So the smallest trams are ×2, and then there's ×3 and ×4. At the start of the game, only the ×2 will come out, and they cost 5 cards each. So you have this separate stack of face-down cards that you can only use as money, and then you have a hand of cards that you're playing to use this side of for building your lines. So on each turn, you first need to start by playing passengers into one of the 4 terminals. So you'll look at your hand of cards, and you'll pick at least 1 and maybe 2 passengers to play. We check to see if either of those terminals has 4 passengers yet, because if it does, we score it immediately. And then I'm able to play cards out of my hand into one of my lines sequentially. So you can skip numbers when you're playing them, but you can never play a smaller number again. It's a little bit like Celtis or Lost Cities in that way. So you really want to be able to start by playing the 1, and then the 2, and then the 3 as you make your way to 10. But realistically, you're probably going to end up skipping some of those, and then you'll draw that card later, and if only I'd had this card last turn, I could have played it into my sequence. So you want to start with low numbers. So right now in my hand, I happen to have a yellow 1 and a yellow 2, so I'd probably put those down. But I need a tram for this line because I don't have one yet. So I'll also have to take cards out of my face-down money pile. So I spend 5, and I buy this ×2 multiplier tram to attach to my yellow line over here. So now, if yellow fills up on passengers, I'm going to score 1 + 1 ×2. So I'll get 4 points for 4 passengers. That doesn't sound like a lot, but if my opposing player doesn't have any line for yellow yet, if I can score with 4 a couple of times, I can get a quick lead on points, and that may end up being the swing that causes me to win the game. We only score 10 times during the game. So if all of a sudden yellow fills up and I score these 4 points, that's one of our 10 chances to score points in the entire game. I get 4 and my opponent gets 0. If I can do that again, then that's another 4 and 0, and that's a fifth of the game that has passed without them being able to score any points and me jumping out ahead. So even those little point gains can add up really quickly in this game. There's also this section of the score pad that says extra tours at the bottom. Each of these chances to score is called a tour. Extra tours are when you have played 8 cards into a particular line, you immediately get to score those 8 cards without anybody else scoring. So it doesn't take up one of these 10 tours here. It goes down into this extra tours section. So it's just going to be you getting something like 20 points for however many cards you have in your line. Not all of the passenger cards are in these colors. I might also have jokers like this that are gray, and I can play into any of these stations. So let's say I play my first joker here into this yellow line. I could also play a joker into my yellow line for my tram. They don't do anything for me scoring-wise, but they can be any number. So I could put this down as a 3 here in my yellow line, and that adds up toward getting to the 8 cards so that I can get an extra tour down here at the bottom. What's interesting about this scoring system is who played the passengers out into the terminal doesn't matter. All that matters is if you have a line or not. So if each player has a yellow line, as soon as the yellow terminal fills up with 4 passengers, every player is going to count their points for their yellow line. So everyone will enter a sequence of numbers. So you'll constantly be scoring on your opponent's turn because they'll fill up a terminal and you'll both then have to look and see how many points each of you can get. So after you've played your passengers and you've played any cards that you want to play into your line, you can play any cards that you've got left in your hand face down into your money pile. So you keep building an economy so that you'll be able to buy new trams so that you can get these bigger multipliers that are worth more. You can have multiple lines of the same color. So if I start this yellow line with 1 and 2, and then say I skip and put down a 5, and the next turn I draw a 3 and a 4, I could put down that 3 and 4 and buy a new tram to start another yellow line. If you've got multiple lines, then when you score that color terminal, you score all your lines in that color. The last thing you do is draw a hand of 6 cards again, and you're ready for your opponent to take their turn and for you to then go in sequence. The game ends as soon as you get to your 10th tour, and then you just add up everybody's numbers and score to see who has the most points.
In case of a tie.
In case of a tie, play the game again.
I think it does say that, but I think there's like a...
I think it says...
money.
Yeah, I think it's money.
Yeah.
In case of a tie, you look at your money piles, and if there's still a tie, you're supposed to play Trambahn a second time.
Or a third time.
Or a third.
Or whatever it takes.
Or however many times, yep. Just keep playing it. So we're trying 2 variants. One is that passengers are played on your side of the line in the middle, and when those passengers are scored, we're going to take those cards and add them to our money pile as passengers that you have contributed to the lines, is the theory there, to help the economy in the game for the later game. And then we're also trying allowing players to upgrade trams by just buying a new tram and attaching it to their line, right?
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, so I'm the first player, so I have 12,000 tram bucks, and you have 15,000 tram bucks.
Okay.
We both have our hand of 6 cards, and I think that's it. I think we're all set.
Go!
Okay, so...
Tram that bond.
Yeah. I am going to play a card there. And then I don't know if this is a good choice, but I'm going to go ahead and start 2 lines.
It's a great choice.
Well, we'll see, right?
You're going to spend
3, 4,
all
5,
most
6,
of your
7,
dollars.
8, 9, 10,000 trombone dollars.
Okay.
And I'm going to put... I'm just going to put all 3 of my others into my moneyed pile. So I buy 2. These 2 come out to refill the market of trams.
Yeah.
And there we go. We're off.
Yep.
I draw a new hand of 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh man. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Tough business. Let's see. I guess I'm also going to play down here into this yellow. And then I'm going to add to my blue line, and I'm going to start a 3rd line. 3, 4, 5. Are you trying your wait for Steam to become a thing strategy so that you can hopefully...
I don't know that I'd call it a strategy, but...
It's happening.
Yeah, like I just had, I dumped my whole hand last turn, so...
Yeah. Man, I hate it when that happens. Okay.
Well, hey, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna score that one.
Alright,
So,
well...
All
that
I
was
have
a
to do is
thing.
just washouts. I'll just record that. Tour 1,
$0. 0 points for everyone. Okay, well, that was different.
Yep. And what else can I do with my wonderful hand? Maybe a regrettable decision later on.
Most decisions in this game seem regrettable, so... Oh, starting a green line. With a trace.
My green is already worth more than your green.
That's true.
Because I'm not using horses.
Oh, that's not true. Yours is worth 3 and mine is worth 4.
Okay, well... But people don't have to smell horses when they ride my trams.
That's true.
So
there's no poop involved in yours.
Well, I didn't say that. And yeah, draw 3.
Okay, I'm gonna play into this line, and I'm gonna say screw it and just skip my 2-3 because it's probably never gonna happen the way my luck in this game runs. So I'm just gonna go ahead and beef that line up. And
so, are you going for the lost cities? You specifically want yours to be as numeric as possible? Like, I don't...
Yeah, right? Because you want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like, I don't know that it matters that much.
I don't
Because
know.
the lower numbers are worth so little in terms of points.
6, I don't know. That's what I always try to do in this game. And and now I have, of course, drawn a handful of brown cards that are sequentially lower than what I have just done.
Yep,
so
feels good.
I am screwed.
Feels good.
Yep. Wow, I just drew a handful of garbage. Okay.
I guess I'm going to be playing cards now. Let's just toss down the 9-10 combo.
Oh!
That's real good. That should be out there.
Oh, yeah.
What can I afford? brown game.
Seems like a good choice right now.
$10 to. We're not gonna fool around with no horses.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it for you? You're done?
Yeah.
You discarding those or keeping them?
I'll keep them.
Boom, boom!
All right. Score that.
4 points.
$.
Take that, 3. That's 1 point lead.
That's true. You have a rousing lead of 4 to 3.
All right, go for it.
Maybe I will. Well, I guess we are gonna experience the excitement of that again.
I was about to say, like, it's amazing that neither of us have started a yellow line.
I have no dollars. I'm gonna discard 3. Draw 4.
$6 over there.
Build on your horse empire.
Yeah. I could continue building my horse empire and start another line in this color because the only yellow card I've drawn I have played out there, so... well, I guess I'm going to do that. It's like you don't even care.
Show you how much I care. I will spend $5 to get in on this horse tram action.
No. You starting a yellow line?
Start yellow.
Can I get in on that steam action? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably gonna start some steam lines. Is that it? Are you done?
Yeah.
Boom!
I get 9,
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. Those are the 4 that all go directly into my money pile. I played 2 cards out, so I can't do more of that. Yeah. Guess I'm gonna start a yellow line.
horses.
It would continue to be a horse empire, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and branch it out into some steam power.
How?
3, 4, 5, 6.
You discard
7,
money
8, 9,
after.
10. You buy trams after discarding money, 1.
Oh.
And 2, I just got an influx of $4 here.
Sure.
So
Okay.
it happens
Sure.
even before I do that anyway. Steam power for the yellow line. Come on, be a good decision. 2. Come on, be a good decision. 3, 4. Come on, good decision. Damn it. Never a good decision.
Yeah, alright. Score yellow.
Trace to your Quattro.
Yep.
That 1 point lead evened out.
Yep.
That's all tied up there.
Yep.
Trying to muscle into my brown empire over there. Yeah, I'm gonna say screw it and just give up on my dreams. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I just realized we didn't talk about in the explanation video before this? We didn't talk about
money.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the fact that when this pile runs out,
it when we got there.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna lose money.
yeah. We're not anywhere near the pile running out
Yep.
right now. So
It just like occurred to me all of a sudden.
it's not my fault.
I beg to differ. I believe that it is indeed your fault. Yellow. Man, I still haven't drawn any yellow cards. Okay. Play one there. I'll play 2 there. I'm going to go ahead and score brown again.
Okay. You get 18.
16? What? Man. Oh, you played a 10. I see what happened. I didn't realize that was going on over there. Now I feel bad about that decision. As with most decisions in this game. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Every time. Don't you? 2. 3, 4. Oh man. 5. I'm gonna do that. Probably do that and that. Yeah, I'll just go and do all those things. Okay. 3 big points.
4 big points.
The 1 point lead is swung in your favor. Yeah, that can't happen anymore. It's not looking good for me for any extra tours. Man, you have a giant money pile.
Okay, so what I need to do is I need to not discard this one card, just so that I only draw 5.
Okay.
So that you cannot exhaust the pile and make me lose my money.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Because all of my dreams are falling apart, so I'm just going to play some cards into my tableau and draw my 6. Oh, I'm going to spend... Can I... Oh, crap.
You just play all your cards.
I don't have money still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's... You buy more horses.
Oh...
And pull one of those things from one of those lines and make a new line.
I'm going to do this instead and discard 10. Oh, yeah, to buy this steam engine and replace my horses with some steam.
Okay. Probably put that somewhere else. There you go.
Yeah. Do that thing.
Okay.
There we go. And then I take these 6 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there were 7. You could have...
No. If you would have pulled that last card, it would have exhausted.
Oh, is it immediate?
Money. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Play a card.
Don't tell me what to do. It's also pretty worthless to me.
How many lines can you afford to start?
There are no 10s out there.
Yeah.
I can discard everything I have to buy 1 4. Do that.
Oh! Goodbye, Horse Empire.
1. Discard half your money.
I don't have any.
Shuffle that.
Oof. Okay, so... How many tours we have left?
4.
I've still yet to really see any yellow cards, and I gave up on that. Okay. Blue. 24. Whoa, okay. Yeah, screw it. I mean, I'm going to do it, and then I'm immediately going to draw a 6 and a 7, and then I'll be angry. That's you. Whoa, yellow. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 12.
32.
Yep. Whoa. Okay. 24.
Shocking.
Yeah. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess I'll go ahead and upgrade my horses to that there. 6. Don't bother.
Don't bother? Oh, okay. Sure. Well, I guess I will just discard those other two for tiebreaker money.
So, Trambahn! I don't like this game. What do you think?
Okay.
I'm just going to come right out and say, I don't like this game very much, so...
Well, as far as being tram managers in Munich in the 19th century, it's probably
the best,
right up there.
The best tram management in 19th century Germany.
Yeah.
Seems true.
The box says it has easy rules, multifunctional cards, and historic images.
Well, all of those things are pretty accurate, so it delivers.
Yeah. My feeling about this game, it's by Mayfair, and I made this comment before we even finished our first game. I said I think this is probably what Station Master should have been.
Yeah, and I agree with you completely. They're both made by Mayfair, and I don't understand why the other one exists.
Well, Station Master's like a decade old now, so this is sort of like, it shows the transition of Mayfair turning into a company that's actually putting out quality-ish games, and like that, all of the complaints we had about Station Master being like, look at this horrible artwork on these cards.
Yeah, sure.
And look at the artwork on the tram cards are like photographs.
Yeah.
But they aren't like garbage photoshopped.
Yeah.
Like that terrible filter thing.
I don't have a problem with the art in this game.
So the presentation is nice.
Yeah. I think that it's all really clear and well laid out. The first times we played this game, we felt like the late game economy didn't work, and we tried a variant this time where your passengers on your side came into your money pile. How did you feel about that?
I think that's better. I'm sure the designer would have some argument for why that's a stupid thing to do.
Probably.
But consistently we had the problem where we just didn't have any influx of money, so you'd spend whole turns just discarding your whole hand just to have money.
Yeah.
And I don't care what your game is, if you are spending repeated turns in a row just discarding all your cards, it's not good design. So granted, it's possible we just were not doing a good job of planning or something, but I certainly felt that you needed more money.
Yeah.
Either the cards needed to be cheaper or you needed some other influx of cash, like just automatically getting dollars, and that just seemed like an easy fix, and I think it worked pretty well, and I would recommend that if people are playing the game, they might want to do that.
What do you think about our other variant choice of being able to upgrade your trams?
I think it makes sense from a thematic point of view, but I think it probably unbalances the game.
I think so too.
It looks like in that game that we showed that you just were like, oh, well, now I'm going to turn this ×2 into ×4. It's like, well, great, now I have no means of countering that, and suddenly you're going to make a ton of points off of that. And I have been building on the brown because I was making more points than you at the time. And now you're like, well, now my train is worth 2 times more than it had been before. It's like, well, okay.
I don't know. I mean, I agree with you that it unbalanced the game, but I also think that it unbalanced the game in kind of a good way, because the other side of that is that once somebody starts building up a line of brown or whatever color, like, you're pretty hard-pressed to catch them in this game, unless you can jump into a higher multiplier. So, I don't know. I'm not sure if that was a good choice or not. I'd have to play that more and see if it worked.
Like you're gonna play this more.
True. That was an outright lie.
Yeah.
I will never play this again. If you're watching this video and you play that variant, let us know what you thought.
And then the only other thing, like, again, we're comparing it to Station Master. Station Master played up to 5 people, and was, like, absolutely worthless as a 2-player game, but, like, was kind of okay with 3 or 4.
Yeah.
This only plays 2, and I don't know really why it only plays 2.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure what the issue would have been with making it a 4-player game.
Yeah, when I was doing the introduction video, I for some reason was thinking that you could play it with up to 4, and I think it's because we talked about the fact that there's no reason that you couldn't play this with 4 people.
I mean, the only thing that would change is that, like, the terminals would trigger more often.
And the deck would run out of cards faster, so you'd cut your money piles in half when that happened. Like, that's all I can think of that is a big detriment to going to more players. So I think that you probably could do that and be fine.
What would you rate Trambahn?
Trambahn would probably get about a 4 from me. Maybe a 4.5. You?
I'm willing to say 5, but I don't want to play it either. I think it's probably, it's mechanically fine.
Mechanically, I'm probably up in like 5, but I dislike it enough to pull it down to like a 4 or a 4 or 5.
So, I mean, like, I think there's probably plenty of people out there that would enjoy this game, and I'm not going to. I think that there are people I could imagine recommending this game for if they just really needed a 2-player specific game about tram management.
Sure. So I was going to ask you, why didn't you ever get into the blue line? Was it because you just didn't get blue cards the same way, like, I never really got into yellow?
Anytime I had blue cards, it was when I didn't have enough money to buy a station, and since you can't, like, have things out there, and you can't, like, start a tram and hope to put cards down on it later.
Sure.
So there's just no, like, oh, I have blue cards and not enough money to buy a thing, so discard.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's a problem in the game, that
if it didn't happen, like, we showed one game of it, we filmed one, the game we played immediately previous to that, the exact opposite happened to you.
Yeah, where just, I never got cards that were even close to sequential.
And I'm mostly certain that happened in the game before that as well.
Yeah.
So, like, it felt like it just kind of randomly swings in one direction or the other, depending on what cards you get.
Yeah. And it's... it's one of those things that's tough about a game like this, that I feel like you really want to be building a sequential line so that you can get to the extra tour bonus.
But in the last 2 games we played, we never had an extra tour, either of us.
Yeah.
So...
it's just really hard to justify, I think, while you're playing the game to say, oh, well, I'm gonna throw down this 6 as the start of a line, because then you know that half the cards you're gonna draw are gonna be worthless for your line.
I think you could justify starting at a 7.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Because you did 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 2, 4, 6.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of points, but I don't know. It just feels like you cut yourself
9.
So short by not being able to do that. And there's no guarantee that you're ever going to draw 8, 9, 10. Like, if you do start a 7, you may just draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and never be able to use them.
Your strategy might be to ignore everything lower than a 7 the entire game.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting. We should try it. Let's play it again right now.
No.
You don't want to?
No.
Why don't you want to play more Trombone? Trombone! Man, but I'm so excited about Trombone!